It's time for Yinz Guys RC.
Well, hey Yinz guys, welcome to another exciting episode of Yinz Guys RC. I'm Paul, and I'm just back from the Northeast Ohio Electric Festival yesterday, where I met the guys from Flite Test, who are a wonderful bunch of guys, and one of the planes that they had designed is the Saab Viggen. Now this can be set up as either a pusher with thrust vectoring, or an EDF. And it was designed by Mr. David Windestall of Flight Test fame. And I got to fly one yesterday. I got to fly the pusher version. And let me tell you what, it is an incredible flying airplane. Now it is 20 ounces and 25.5 inch wingspan. You just can't beat it. It is so light and it's going to be so powerful. Even with the pusher prop, it was going great. It was flying high alpha maneuvers like nothing. So, that being said, I bought one. Here's the kit. This is all laser cut foam. I had to make a few readyments before we got started. I had to lengthen the motor leads on my ESC because the ESC is going to be sitting back ESC is going to be sitting back in this area, and the motor is going to be back here. So we had to lengthen those. From Laser Toys, I picked up a couple of 9-gram servos. We've got our hot glue gun. I've got a couple sets of, clampy things. And in the kit here is your #1 tool, a barbecue skewer. And that's what we're going to use to score the lines and everything. And hot glue, we'll put it all together. And just in case I need it, I have some Hyperbond foam safe CA glue and some foam safe CA activator. So I've also got a 70mm fan. I think we're going to put this together today, and then we're going to coat it with a clear polyurethane and give it a cool paint job. So I hope you watch, and I hope you enjoy. So we're back, and we punched our first piece out of the foam, which is the main wing. And as you can see, it's bendy. So what they tell us to do in the build videos is to run a bead of hot glue down there like that, and press it down flat on the table, and then squeegee off any excess glue. And that's our glue spar for holding the main wing. Now I'll hold that for a minute till it dries. I also punched out the front canards since they were in the same piece. And I punched the little square holes out of the wing. So we will put that aside. And bring out one of the next pieces we're going to work on. See how they come all together in the sheet like this? So we're going to punch out this one. Just like that. We're going to install the EDF unit. I have here a nice little 70mm EDF unit, and you have your 3 parts you're going to need. The one that is marked just 70 is for the rear of the fuselage. 70F is for the front of the fan. 70B is for the rear of the fan. So, we'll start with 70 front. And as David Windestall tells us in his videos, you got to do a little bit of this to make it fit, because it's a tight fit. So there we've got the front of our fan. Nice, snug fit. And we're going to run a little bead of hot glue around it. Man, this stuff just gets everywhere. There we go. Next, while that hot glue there is drying up, we'll do our squishy thing with the back part. Going to make sure those are parallel. Now for the back one, you want to leave about 1 centimeter all the way around it, so that we can attach our thrust tube. So there you can see the back one has about 1 centimeter around it. And another bead of glue. To hold it in place. Okay. So we're parallel and we're in place. Now also included in your kit is this material to make the thrust tube. That'll go on the back there, and we'll get to that in a minute. Next, we're going to get up our fuselage body here. And there is an etched line right here. And that etched line is where we want the back of our EDF unit. So, apparently we're going to need A little more scoring. And the reason you do the scoring is so that everything folds together neatly. I do it once with the pointy end, and then I come in again and hit it with the blunt end. And that'll give us a little more room to work in here. Now, when I put the fan in, should be able to get it all nice and glued up in there. So it'll look something like this. Time for our friend the hot glue again. First thing I'm going to do is just squish down these edges where the paper is overlapped so that we get a better glue joint. Good. Make sure I got plenty of hot glue on hand because we seem to be going through a lot of it here. Add a bead. And remembering which end is your back end, place it in there. Fold everything up, and I'm holding it here until it dries. And then I'm going to move it again. Or actually I'm going to add more glue to this rather important surface. Turn that around so you can see it. Starting to take shape. Starting to look good here. I'm going to run some more hot glue in the joints. Need to get my wires out of the way. Now I'm just going to make sure I get all the strings out. Alright guys, we're going to end part 1 right there. That's enough for today. We'll pick it back up with part 2 tomorrow, and we should have a completed project. Once again, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Tell your friends, and till I see you next time, keep them flying.
Thanks for watching, and get out of here!